to the show. It's You Up with Nikki Glaser. It's Thursday in New York City. What a hot show we have for you today. I'm so excited. I'm in a good mood, guys. I'm coming in at like a 2 today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you've been listening to the show this week, there's a depression scale. 10 is the most depressed, 1 is the least. I'm a 2 today, bitches. I got up to probably an 8 on air on Tuesday. Talked me down to a 5, left the studio a 5, came in yesterday at a 4, ended up at a 3. I'm coming in at a 2 today. No one can take me up. No one can take me up. I'm a 2. In studio with us already. It's not the full show yet, but it's going to be soon. Nick Youssef is here. Welcome to the show, Nick Youssef.
Yo.
Welcome back to the show.
You feel good.
Yeah, what are you at, 1 to 10, depression-wise? Let's be honest, we are.
Probably a 3 or 4.
Okay, wow, that's you. I was going to guess higher. You seemed a little down.
Because I was tired, yeah.
You're tired.
But
you took the red eye.
I did meditate before I got here.
Hell yes. Did you meditate downstairs outside?
No, I went to Bryant Park and just sat there
And just sat there? Now,
Yeah.
did you do the Sam Harris one?
Of course, yeah.
And was it an open-eyed meditation today?
It's one of my favorites because he was like, hey, either eyes open or closed.
Oh,
I'm like,
thank
close,
you.
close,
I'm going to take close on this one so I don't look
Yeah.
like a psychopath in
Yeah.
Bryant Park just staring straight ahead. That's great. So you're still doing those.
Oh, yeah, every day. Here and there, I'll miss a day, but then, you can't feel bad about it. You just
Someone
do it.
recently asked me, what is something you do every day that isn't just like brushing your teeth? And I was like, meditating. I have meditated. I probably missed a week of meditation in a year and a half. And that is, I feel it's just... I did it. I'm back on TM. I did it this morning, 20 minutes, and I feel great. Our other guest in studio, I'm so excited to have him back. One of my favorite comedians, one of my favorite people, Rich Voss is here. Welcome to the show, Rich.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, do you meditate, Rich?
Medicate.
Yeah, okay, that is different. I also do that.
Well,
Yeah, same.
I don't
We're all
think-
just like,
I
ugh.
never really tried to meditate. I think I have too much. See, I don't have depression. I have anxiety.
Yeah. You don't have
Major.
too much anxiety. That's what everyone says, to be like, I can't meditate. I can't calm my mind. Yeah, you're not unique. Everyone feels that way,
Really?
Rich. Yes.
It's good for anxiety, too.
Yes, it treats anxiety, man.
Well, I
You
do
know
other
that.
things that are like meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Golf.
Golf,
Oh.
which it brings out a lot of anger.
Yeah, that's not meditating. Things that are like meditating that people go, it's like meditating. It's not.
And being in recovery, I should be able to meditate.
Yeah.
It's one of
the things they talk about in there.
Yes, meditation. And I think at this point in my life, I'm kind of too old to start anything new.
No, you're not.
You don't think so?
No, dude, you're so young. You're so youthful. Like, you're constantly trying. You're staying current. You stay on trend. The trend right now is meditating. You got to check it out. It's not too late for you.
Also, for any, you can't teach an old dog new tricks thing. This is the easiest thing to try because you just have to sit there and breathe.
And you can't do it wrong. You can't.
Yeah, there's no doing
do
it wrong. Yeah.
If you do it, you're doing it right.
It's so weird when someone you barely know calls you an old dog.
No.
I mean, it's good to do radio with you, fucking low budget Gary Goldman. Okay. Wait, I curse. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you can. Rich is on tour right now with Creeps with the Kids tour. It's Creeps with the Kids, Creeps with a K, with Jim Florentine, Ron Bennington, and Bobby Kelly out on tour right now. You can get tickets and check out the dates at creepstour.com. What cities you got coming up that we can...
This Friday we'll be in Long Island at the Paramount. Saturday we'll be at the Wilbur in Boston.
Nice.
Next weekend we're in Jersey in Red Bank at Count Basie, and I think Staten Island.
These are 4 of the best working comedians all on one show. I mean, this is truly... I can't believe this tour is even happening.
This show, I mean, they're comparing it with the Rolling Stones tour.
Yeah.
We last weekend we did Reading, PA, and Pittsburgh. You hate to say it because I'm on it, but from beginning to end, it's total slaughter.
Yes.
It's total. Everybody
People
just kills on this tour.
Go to this show. You will have a night of unstoppable laughter. You will feel so good afterwards. You need to get out and laugh. And this, I mean, I can't even believe that that's a tour that's happening right now.
It's
so
so
funny. And you're all like in good moods because you're all hanging out. Like you're not like this lone wolf on the road going out. Like it's a different vibe when you're on the road with your friend. There's an energy to the show.
Well, first of all, you go on the road. You're in the dressing room with someone you don't know who's bringing in friends who you don't know,
Yes.
and you're like, you're sitting there, and the middle act is like, he's selling 12 shirts in front of you. You have one CD, a new one, the sixth one that's coming out.
Yeah.
But so and don't get me wrong, I love comedy. I'm a club comic. I love comedy clubs. But in theaters, you're not dealing with a check spot. You're not dealing with somebody eating chicken wings in the front row.
Yes.
And in the theater, too, the difference, and you know this because you've done theaters, your intro is your name. You don't have to do 10 credits because people were papered that, were dragged from a bus stop inside to the club.
They're coming to see you. They know what they're getting. They're already excited.
Yes.
They're in.
It's a whole different game. I mean, look, a theater, you have to project, you're standing, you're whatever. In a club, I could sit down and do an hour sitting down, relaxed. But I'm not doing that in a theater. You know what I mean? It's a different vibe, and they're both great vibes.
I was just saying this to Nick when we were before the show, because I'm going on my first theater tour too, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna bring it in a way that I haven't at clubs before because of the nature of it being this special space where people have paid a ticket. There's not chicken wings. It's a nice night out, and I want to treat it as such. I'm gonna look nicer. I'm gonna give it a lot more care than and not that I don't care when I'm doing clubs, but it's more of clubs are more relaxed, and I don't know that you're always getting a better show because of it, but I'm really going to try this time.
Well, we have
I am. That's funny.
I don't try. I have to say it works for me, but I don't really look at my notes before I go on stage. I don't think about what I'm going to do. I just do it.
You just do it.
Do you think you'll just feed into the energy automatically when you hear that theater crowd?
Yes.
And you'll go like, oh, I'm standing upright. I'm like,
When I've done the theaters I've done, it's just like, it feels so much better than a club. It's just like there's a balcony, hopefully, of people up there. I mean, whether or not it's full, there's still a balcony.
They could just do cardboard cutouts and not tell you.
There's a couple. One, we get there, we have a tour manager. There's a spread of food. A tour hey, anything you need, I get a call. Anything you need in the dressing, whatever.
You're treated so much better.
One, we're working, like I said, these are my good best friend. I mean, these are friends that I know the act in front of me isn't going to light itself on fire or herself on fire.
Right.
And also some of these theaters are so beautiful. Like, they were trashing me, but I was looking at the architecture throughout the theater, and I go to the guy with this molding, painted, hand painted, and stuff. A comedy club's a comedy club. It's a,
There's a lot of history.
There's history
and beauty in a theater.
When I did the times I did the Apollo tape those, I was on the stage, the same stage that the Temptations, Buddy Holly, and there's so much history in theaters.
Are those good acts? Temptations, Buddy Holly.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
That's good. He's on fire.
It's a slow burn right now.
No, I know a lot of people build. I go right from the gate, and then I peter out. Boy, you should see how they get rid of me.
No, I was I always, whenever I do a theater, I'm always so excited to see the musical acts that have performed there. I mean, like, as a fan of, and you know that, Nick, as a fan of music, at comedy clubs, you're never going to, Wilco hasn't been at a comedy club, but I've been on the same stage as Jeff Tweedy when I play whatever theater in Chicago.
Who do I see?
So exciting.
I know, you're in a club, you see right on the wall, Pauly Shore was here.
I know.
And boy, lucky me.
That would be an old poster. Pauly Shore was here in 1997. You're like, wow.
But I stayed at I was in Jacksonville, Florida, one of the worst gigs. The room is great. The club is great.
What, the Comedy Zone, that crap?
Yes,
the
dude.
one in the hotel?
It's in the hotel, in the Ramada Inn. And you stay in the suite. And it's a really nice hotel room for that hotel, which is the terrible hotel. Yeah. So it's the nicest place, the room in the hotel. But just knowing that every comic had stayed there before.
I know.
Like, even, like, I saw there was a glass case of like all the comedians in like frames. Like Ralphie May had stayed there, and I was just like, what did he do in here? Like, just everything. Like, it's like a comedy condo.
The wall
I don't want to know.
The wall has a family tree of jizz on it. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
And the owner there, that creep, he said to me when I haven't worked there in years. He goes, I want 25% of your merchandise sales.
Whoa.
I go, when you start giving me some of your bar sales, you'll get my merchandise sales. All right, I haven't worked there since, but still, go fuck yourself.
You don't need to work there.
Giving
it's
you my
CD
sales. Depressing club. He puts you in the back in that Kathleen Bates Hotel.
Oh, the green room is a hotel room. It's off the showroom,
sad.
and it's a hotel room that you have to hang out in as the green room.
It sucks to not have the separation between, like, I'm going to the show and then coming back.
You have to walk outside.
You walk out and you're like, that's the same, like, concierge guy that I saw this morning.
It's
Yes.
so
sad.
I mean, there's been nice clubs in nice hotels where you could, like, Laugh Boston.
Yes.
Laugh Boston, that hotel is a 5-star hotel or a 4-star, whatever it is. I don't know what it. And you stay in a hotel and you can roll downstairs and do your show. Great. That's great. But when you're at a hotel where you pull your car up to the door, not great.
Not great.
Not
and that's
great.
what that place was. I
Not
couldn't
great.
believe I was working there. I was just like, I just don't ever want to come back to this. And I won't. I was just, I think I said on stage multiple times, like, I will never be back here. I'm grateful to be here tonight, but I'll never return to this place.
I have
No
to
matter
take gigs.
what.
I have so many bills with kids and
Yes,
mortgages
yes.
and I did a gig, I don't want to say where, but recently, and Thursday night was so bad. It was I almost the couple in the front row, they didn't have a drink, food, nothing in front of them. So I said, "How'd you get in? Did you get in by free passes?" They said yes. I go, "You got in here for free. You're not ordering anything." So basically, you're seeing me, who's been doing this forever, for free, without putting out a penny. And he was just sitting there like, yeah, this is how it is. We're not spending any money. And I'm telling you, after the show, I was so depressed. I wanted to call Bonnie, but I didn't want to get more depressed.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
sometimes you walk off stage and you feel great. I remember leaving a gig. I was on the road years ago.
Yeah.
I tell you, this is years ago. And I get to the gig. It's in Miami. This is before I did any TV. And it's basically like a Chuck E. Cheese, but they had comedy at night. So if you open the curtain, there were dummies. There was,
oh my God.
There was stuffed animals.
Whoa.
Animatronic.
So I did that. I did two nights there. And in town that night, Colin Quinn back then and Mario Joyner were taping their HBO specials back then. So I'm going, what if they stop in for pizza? And so then the next night, I went to this gig in Homestead, Florida. I drove all the way to Homestead. And the crowd is the worst. So I go, good night. The owner walks up, big guy, holds my hand and says, I think you guys were rude to him. I want you all to apologize, and he'll do another 20 minutes.
Oh, my.
I swear to God, he's holding my hand to this big guy, and I'm going, I don't have. So the third night after this, I'm driving over this overpass to this long gig, and I get on stage, and a girl walks past the stage in hot pants with a wooden leg, and she starts heckling me. You could see her wooden leg. You don't wear hot pants with a wooden leg. It's not a good look. I always say it's not a good look. Cover the wooden leg.
The wooden leg hot pants
Always
crowd is
said
going
that.
to email now.
So she's. I'm driving back.
Phones are blowing up.
After these street, I'm driving back, and I'm on this long ride, and the song "Homeward Bound" comes on. And tears are pouring down my face. I'm crying. I'm going, I'm so depressed. Okay. And I had to drive back to Jersey from Florida. And this was just all one-nighters before I did anything. And it was so depressing.
And people think the road is just so glamorous and even when it's bad, it's good and it's gritty out there, but it can be so demoralizing and so depressing.
Yes.
And it makes you hate people so much. It's like working in customer service, where you like learn that humans are the worst. Or like being a flight
Low-level
attendant.
comedy is customer service.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
That's a good
But
point.
what is-
Those papered rooms and stuff. They're like, come on, go.
But what's high level if you look at any of it?
When you get good.
Yeah,
Then
no,
people
that's
come to see you.
Yeah,
all
that's
that,
high level comedy. But
Yeah.
you're still. I listen. You do clubs. There are great clubs.
Yeah.
You do clubs in New York. You do the Cellar, Gotham, the Stand. These are great clubs. And in New York.
Yeah.
Same with the store and on the road. But there's clubs out there, and you're going. I'm as good as I ever was in comedy.
Yeah.
How am I here? How am I in this place right now?
I know.
In
the Mall of America.
And I'm there in whatever.
I think I'm there sometime soon too. That's not a
February.
bad gig.
No, I take it in February so I
In
can
the
play
winter.
golf.
Wait, what?
I take it in the winter, so it's winter here, but it's warm there.
At the Mall of America?
In Oh no!
Minneapolis?
Yeah,
I'm thinking our other room in Arizona.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking of Phoenix.
yeah, the House of Comedy.
Yeah, I take that in February.
Yes.
I like that room
That's a good thing for you to. So you go places where you can play golf.
in the winter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically I just go to play golf.
Yeah, that's so nice. You have like a hobby that you care about that brings you so much joy.
Not now. I can't hit a ball.
Really?
I went from a good golfer to I can't
What
hit a
happened
ball.
to you?
Why?
I just lose it every couple of years.
Okay,
Completely.
you'll get it back.
Yeah, I'll get it. I know I'll get
Yeah.
it back. Yeah.
So you think
Anya
it's a
Marina
mental
just
thing?
joined us,
Oh,
by the
sorry.
way. I want to
Hey.
bring her in. She was late to the show because Ian Fidance was supposed to be here, got sick. He ate some bad ass, and that's what I'm guessing. He had a bad serving of ass last night. He's feeling a little under the weather, and then Anya Marina to the rescue. Welcome to the show,
Thanks
Anya.
for having me. I was just thinking, I just went to a silent retreat, Rich, like a meditation thing for a week, and I've been taking guitar lessons just to get to be a better player. I've played music for 20 years, but I've never taken guitar lessons, and I've been taking them about 7 weeks. And I forgot everything. Like I just had a lesson, and it was like I've never touched a guitar. I just felt something about being at the meditation retreat. I feel like it like cleansed my
sucked.
system. It just scrubbed my hard drive.
What do you
I
think your subconscious was telling you about playing guitar?
I literally think it does something to your brain because I came home and I was like, how do you even play this thing? Like, this seems insane. But I mean, I got it back eventually, but usually
This
I
silent
can.
retreat, I don't even know if it was good or not, to be honest with you. There was a lot of, because we were talking about it and you went right back into your life, and I was comparing it to like you went right from being silent for 7 days to back to your life immediately, and you need more of a transition period because it's like when people quit heroin and then they start using at the same amount
Yes.
before they quit,
You
and then they
absolutely
die
have
because
to.
they
That's how
OD.
you overdose, yeah.
Like you gotta ease.
You have
you can't
to
just
have a
go
few
back on
days.
your phone.
Well, I told all my friends
5
and
hours a
family
day.
I won't be texting you for a couple of days. I need some time to get back to
Good.
normal. But I like met up with a guy I'm dating, and it was just us for the weekend. And I thought that'll be chill. And
Yeah.
no,
But when you do a silent retreat for 7 days, your miming skills go up to a
so
higher
much.
level.
Yes,
You
I
know,
can order a
just-
peppermint tea and do a
Yeah.
namaste at the end. Thank you so much. Like a pro.
How do you do peppermint? You do the-
You write it on a post.
oh, okay. That makes
There are
more sense than
Post-its
what I was
everywhere.
going to do. Oh, so you were communicating with Post-its there?
They let you do that. I only did it twice. I ordered a chocolate chip cookie twice. I was so. It's funny. It strips away everything. No phone. No books. No writing
books?
in public.
And you can't
No
talk to
exercise.
anybody there.
No talking.
What do you fucking?
What
What
the
do you
fuck?
do?
What is this? Prison?
Meditate.
It really feels like
Solitary.
prison.
Yeah, it does.
But then you realize what your brain's like, what can I hold on to? So all day I'd be like, I can't wait to get that gluten-free chocolate chip cookie that's in the cafe. I'd be fantasizing about that,
But
or
is
like,
that good? Like,
or porn. I just would have sexual thoughts for the first 3 days. Like I was just like, come on, stop.
can you masturbate?
I did.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I cried. No.
You did. Yes, you did. I mean, that's normal.
And they're
When
like,
you
no
measure-
crying.
And when you're having an
no
orgasm,
Crying's a sound.
when you have an orgasm, you gotta go.
yeah. That's so funny.
Just like a duck.
Wow.
I really
Did you feel like you could orgasm? Did they talk about like that you could masturbate? That seems like if
Yeah.
you can't exercise, you shouldn't be able to do that.
I was trying not to because you've got all of us on the
Yeah,
no
I don't-
orgasm
I'm not
plan.
coming anymore. No more comms.
Wait,
what?
Nope.
Wait,
Nope.
like
I
on,
stop myself short now every time.
so you're just
Oh,
gonna
I heard
you're
about
edging
this.
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
The word's
Yeah.
getting around?
No.
Well,
This
twice
kind
a
of message.
year. Twice a year.
Twice a year you come.
That's my new plan. I haven't. I came last week accidentally because I was just about to stop, and then I was like, "I deserve this," and then I got depressed the next day. The next day I was depressed.
It was
so then
President's Day.
Wow.
I treated my depression by having another orgasm because I was like, you know what? I'm so sad. I deserve to feel like this jolt of goodness. And then I was so depressed the next day. The next day after that, like coming 2 days in a row, I was like, no.
So this is like the hangover you get from ecstasy.
Yes.
But for masturbation.
It's this. I'm reading this book right now that says that orgasms are like doing drugs. Like we're throwing off our limbic system when all we do is try to stabilize it. Meditation, exercise, mindfulness is all about just calming your limbic system. And then you jerk off, and then it's like, and then the next day you expect to be normal. No, that's gonna throw things into chaos.
Is this
Well,
book,
it's
is
all-
this book called the Bible?
Yeah.
Is this what you're trying to
We want to talk to you
handing out
after the show.
copies?
But also, masturbation is an addiction thing too. for
Yes.
the instant gratification rush.
Yes.
I mean, what do we do comedy? It's instant gratification.
Yep.
We're not actors or actresses.
Yep.
You know, where you get your gratification 2 years later. We get it right there. So we're instant gratification junkies.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like yesterday, my wife, for some reason, was very depressed.
Yeah.
Very depressed. And I'm very self-centered. And I asked her to blow me while she was depressed because I
Right.
thought that would help
her.
depression.
Yeah.
It didn't, but it helped me.
So it helped you help her.
If it helps me,
You're in a
I can
better
only
mood.
help her.
Yeah, that can only make her feel better.
It's better for the family, honey.
It really is.
Oh my
and the
God.
community. And then if you're helping the
Right.
community, America becomes a better
Yeah.
nation. So
Yeah.
I think Rich is actually doing the right thing.
Thank
here.
you.
I
See?
never thought of treating my depression by sucking dick. But that's a new thing that I'm going to look into. I think it can't, it's a distraction, of course. When I used to have migraines, I'd be like, please just stick your dick anywhere in me, like to just strangers. I'd be to my doctor. No, I just wanted to feel something else because you feel so much pain that you're just like, fuck me hard so that it feels something else is going on.
Did it work?
Yeah, migraines, like orgasms mix up the blood in your head, and migraines are so much about like the blood in your like veins in your head and all that stuff. So it like surges it and it kind of resets. So it's good I found it was good for that. But even depression, I feel like you just don't. I remember that one scene in High Fidelity when the girl, his ex-girlfriend is like crying about losing her dad. She's so depressed, and she's just like. He finally is like, oh my God, she wants to have sex with me. And they're having sex in the car. And she's like, I just want to feel something else other than sad. And he's like, oh, fuck, she's just using me. But it's like.
But in his head, he was like, yeah, something else. Come on, let's go. He's just ready to fuck.
Exactly. But the not orgasming thing, I mean, I've got all my friends into it.
No, you're only talking about masturbating, not during sex.
I don't have sex, so I'm not like, I don't have sex.
But you will?
Yeah.
You
but
never
when I'm
know.
No, but my next relationship, I'm going to like, no, I'm not going to come. I'm going to try not to.
Interesting.
But it doesn't mean not sex. I've been over this before. It just means longer sex, more connected sex, better sex, but you just don't come. And it's annoying. Literally, Anya, you were talking about this the other day. Not coming, because you did it. Didn't you masturbate the other day and not do it?
I did, and
you
I was like,
yourself?
I don't want to have an orgasm until I see my boyfriend this weekend. Oh. And I was like, just don't do it. And but then I was masturbating because I was so excited to see him this weekend.
Yeah.
And that we were both gonna wait. And then I was like, I won't come, and I didn't. And I was in the best mood all day. But I was masturbating, and I had so much fun masturbating. And I'm like, don't let yourself come.
Yeah, we always have this end goal. It always seems like a means to an end, and you don't even enjoy the means.
I was
Whereas
skipping
it's all
around
about the
town.
means. Listen to this. Orgasms, I've said it before. Like, what is after an orgasm, it feels like the day after Christmas. Like, no one likes the day after Christmas. Like, it sucks. Even though you have all your presents, you're like, it just kind of is depressing.
Sometimes you feel that way. Sometimes it's like a tune-up thing where you're like, I got to get one of the. Like, for example, I've come twice since you guys started talking about all this, and I feel good.
You're so quiet about it.
This is so hot. I've been talking about it on stage because I've been saying like I've looked at the data, and when I like a guy and I'm like I feel like he's gonna be my boyfriend eventually, I'm like, okay, we'll hook up, I'll let him come, let's do this.
Yeah.
And then right after he comes, there is a shift. There is a definite shift where he just isn't as into me anymore. And I've narrowed it down to coming, so you guys don't get to come anymore. No more coming.
The worst.
Narrowed it down.
That is literally it. Before coming, he is interested in hearing about my dead cousin. He wants to hear about my passion for animals and veganism. He wants to hear about my struggles with anorexia as a young child. He's fascinated by it.
Yeah.
Afterwards, there is just a dullness there. It's just that I can just sense that there's a shift, and it's not even his fault. It's not like he doesn't like me. His body just doesn't need me anymore because he came. So no more comes.
I've jerked off, and I've come quick where I had to apologize to myself for coming quick.
Oh my
and
God.
It's just so depressing.
Yes.
Look, I didn't mean this. I'm sorry.
You just look
You
so
buy
good
yourself
today.
flowers.
Yeah.
I do care about you.
It's
but-
because I like you so much.
It's 'cause-
I've had to fake an orgasm by myself before. Same kind of thing. I'm not joking you. That sounds like it's just like a bit, but it's not.
Wow.
I struggled with orgasms for so long in my life that I would just be like, what would it look like if you did have one? And because I hadn't had one really, and so I just would fake it. And sometimes you fake it and then you make it.
Wow.
Yes.
So you took the Meisner approach to coming.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm
Yes.
just going to be this
Act as
person.
if.
Yes, I mean, sometimes when I would have sex or when I have sex, it feels, I have such a weird relationship with sex and I never can like picture myself doing it. Whenever I'm doing it, I'm like, you're a fraud. Like, what are you doing? Like, I just don't feel,
You're in
I
your
have to
head.
disassociate. And sometimes I'm like, pretend you're a porn star right now. Like, act like
That's
you're
funny.
someone else, and then I can get through it and have a good time. But I will say, when I've been saying this thing on stage where, like, guys, you don't get to come anymore. If you're interested in dating me, no, come. You're not gonna come. And I go, and I bet some of you are so turned on right now. And they all laugh because they are. It's so hot to be like, you don't get to come. Because I know that I'm into that. All the porn I watch is like girls not being able to come. Like a guy being
told they can't.
told they can't come, and then being told now you can. Like that's my bread
What are
and
the
butter.
keywords for that?
What do you mean?
Search? For you're not allowed to.
It's called I type in
Bossy McGee.
what is it? It's something.
Ian Finance.
It's called forced orgasm is one of them that I
Okay.
looked up all the time because it's like
That's fun.
Okay.
That's pretty much like a girl being tied up and like you have to come.
You have to do it.
Like and because I don't know about other women. I just thought everyone does this. My body fights an orgasm till the death. Don't want to have one.
Wow.
Everything in my body is like, don't do it because it's like control. It's a loss of control, and I'm obsessed with control.
But it's control not to come too. You're controlling not to come, so it's a control
I know
thing.
it's a control thing. It's just like my food. It's just like my exercise. It's just like my like. It's about control, and it's when I read this book and a fourth of this book, and they told me that you don't come anymore. I was like, oh, this is just like veganism fits into me having very regimented food things, and I can be like, I'm a vegan. That's why I don't eat that bread because it might have milk in it. I just don't eat bread and I want an excuse not to eat bread. But ultimately, veganism is what I believe in. But this is what I believe in too. And I feel like it's the best way to live. And it fits into my already like black and white thinking and control stuff. But do you ever fight orgasms? Did you ever feel that way in your life? Jen knows it. Jen has never had an orgasm.
Ever?
Never.
Never.
Well, then that's because
Jen's
she's
fighting them.
no, she's not fighting him. She just doesn't know how, or the right person doesn't know how to help her get through it.
Yeah, she's never felt comfortable enough. But like, have you ever tried to give yourself one?
I have tried, but
Have you ever been with a white guy?
only white guys.
Because usually they go down, and
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't really.
that doesn't help you.
No, going down when you're a girl that hasn't had an orgasm, going down, you're
That's the
insecure
hardest
about your
way to come.
vagina.
So it's
You're
worse?
just- yeah, it's like
Really?
I'm
and
not,
she's
I'm
young,
not
so she's-
insecure about my vagina. I've just never. I've come from oral sex like twice in my life.
Get the fuck out.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
that's why.
A girl could hit
We're not
my
all
dick with
Bonnie.
a badminton racket and I'll come.
I know it's so easy for you guys. That sounds. That's what I'm searching.
You know, Jesus
Actually,
Christ.
that would help me come. I need more pressure down
Oh
there.
my God, what is the thing called? A shuttlecock?
That's perfect.
That
Yeah.
is perfect. Yeah, Jen. Any advances in that
No,
arena?
because now that you said that no coming is better, I'm not going to try.
Wait,
Yeah, I know. I feel like you should have one though.
How
Just
old-
to see what it does to you. She's
Have you ever-
26.
28. No,
28.
27. I'll be
27.
28. Yeah.
Have you
Okay.
ever done
never
close?
had an orgasm.
Never. No.
See, I don't like to ask this stuff. It's personal, and
No,
somehow it's
she's-
going to come back to haunt me.
Okay.
Do you do things with yourself?
No.
You don't.
I mean, I tried, but it doesn't. No. I
You
stop
don't
myself. I get
see it
distracted.
through. You're the same
Yeah.
as me. Like I used to try to masturbate, and as soon as it would start to feel like I just didn't have the patience for it, which you probably don't because
No.
it's going to take a
Yeah.
while because you don't even know what you have no concept of what that's even going to feel like.
Yeah.
It's wild, Jen. You got to have one. They're amazing. Like
should
just
go-
have one. We
I'll-
got
I'll attempt
Did you
again.
try the one that I got
I did.
with
I
the
did.
suction?
But that, yeah.
What happened?
My mom was home.
Okay, so will you try it again?
I am rock
This
hard
weekend?
right now, just so everyone knows. I am ready to go.
Do you have a puppy?
I do.
Oh no.
What is that?
I used to put my dogs out of my room whenever I would masturbate,
Oh.
and they would want to get in, and so they'd go like this on the door, and it would just sound like this, and so that sound became associated with me coming. So when I would lock them out and just want to take a nap, and they'd do that, I'd start to get wet just because my body would be like
Pavlov's
dogs. Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny
My pussy salivates.
when Bonnie and I have sex, because the dog will be on the bed, and we do it from behind, so I know she's looking at something she loves.
That's generous.
One time, I was getting it on the couch from behind, and my dog Luigi came up and started licking my face, and I was like, "This is like a gangbang." Like when a guy's making out, like it really did feel. I was like, "Get the fuck away, Luigi!"
You're not part of this.
One time we were having sex. Okay, so the baby's in the bassinet at the time. I have a little bullet going down there as I'm having sex. We're both trying to look at porn. It looked like a fucking Salvador Dali painting. As we're doing this, as I'm doing this, I'm shaking the bassinet so the baby stops crying.
Wow.
That's how fucking bad we wanted to have sex that night.
That's so hot.
That's back when we liked each other.
No,
we
should
love
have
each
heard
other.
your wife last night
Oh my
talking
what was
about
she
God, she
saying?
was gushing about
Dude,
you.
like legit gushing.
Yeah, 'cause
like she was like, "I'm." Well,
Maybe
I mean,
we
I feel
shouldn't
like,
tell him
I
this.
know. I don't want to. I feel like it's out of place.
I don't
Do
care
you
about
know
that.
that-
She talked about my comedy.
She didn't mention.
She told
any-
you lately that she likes you?
Yeah, because I'll tell you off the air why.
Yeah, we know why.
We know why.
We know why.
She's into you.
She's
How many
it
years?
Was, it was
12?
so hot to me hearing her talk about you because I want what you guys have more than like you're the model of the relationship that I want, and I know you guys aren't perfect, but no one is, and I just see from what I can tell, it seems really good, even the hard times, and I don't know what the details of that, but it just seems like a great relationship. You just laugh together so much, but she's so sexually into you right now. It was so hot to hear her talk about, like she was talking about you like she was like it was a new crush.
Yeah.
Like that's how she hot she is for you right now.
Well,
so like take
But also
that and
like
go.
blushing
That's very
and giggly.
hopeful.
Oh,
Isn't
good.
it so hopeful?
Yeah.
They've been together so long, and she like was like, I don't know, like I'm really.
I just didn't know that was
into him
possible.
right now.
I just
Because
thought
Rich is
like,
a
I
man.
can get her to
He,
clean
like,
my bathroom.
Yeah, dude.
I just thought after year 3, it's like, oh, then
Yeah.
everyone stops fucking.
I know,
Like you have to have
that's
a
what I
kid then, and then it's over.
Well, we don't have sex like we used to, but
Sure, yeah.
But the main thing we do, and like I said, is nobody makes me laugh like her.
Yes.
She makes me laugh.
That's important. yeah.
Even when she's yelling at me or, mad yelling, but she goes, it brings you joy when I'm upset. But she stops her rant, her yelling, like she's walking off stage almost. She'll exit out of
She'll
the room.
drop the mic.
She'll exit out of the room like, good night. I'm
Yeah,
done. Thank
yeah.
you. You know what I mean? It's so...
She goes upstairs and talks to Tim Dillon.
Nobody's that fucking mad at you.
Well, it takes a certain man to be attracted to a powerful woman like that. Like a lot of guys we know, whether they're comedians that male comedians who won't date a female comedian, or in my case, male musicians who will say like openly, I don't want to date a woman in this field. I think they're threatened by a powerful woman, but you're not.
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
you're
Well,
turned on by it.
I don't look at it as powerful. I look at her as creative. She is as creative as anybody I know. Like I could never,
But
like the power. Like I look at her like she can write, direct, do stand up, and I'm looking at her like going, holy fuck, she's brilliant. I could just do stand up.
But so many guys
She's-
don't even have that on their list. They're
Pedestal.
like, she's got to be hot.
Yeah, I
she's
look
got
up
to
to
be
her.
young.
that is it. We were just talking about this.
That's so
I was
cool.
just getting my hair and makeup done, and the makeup artist was talking about how she's like, I just noticed that like all of my friends' happiest relationships, the guy is younger than the woman. And I was like, I don't think it's about age so much as it's about in a relationship. And I've heard this countless times. The man should always like the woman more than the woman likes the man. Like he should feel like grateful to be with you, want to be with you, and the woman should be like respect him and like honor him and all those things. But the balance should always be slightly he likes you more. And with younger guys, they tend to be like, oh, I need to be a man because I'm younger than this woman, and so they tend to like put an older woman up on a pedestal just by virtue of her having more experience.
That's probably when guys get older, they figure out. I think that's what to go for. But when guys are younger, they think like, oh, the way to always like a girl more is just to have her be smoking hot.
Yes.
But then you eventually get used to that, like anything. anything else.
That
But
gets boring.
to always have a woman that you respect, who's creative, that you admire, like that,
That's nice to hear.
You got to go through a lot of mistakes to figure out.
I'm not very affectionate as her. I'm just how I was brought up.
Sure.
And just the walls I built around me in life. But it's so weird, the feeling like her. The other night we went to see Beetlejuice, and my daughter was sitting between us. And I'm watching my daughter from the side, watching it, laughing and smiling. And I go, you can't put a price on the happiness in her face, just staring at, what I mean?
What was it, $300 a ticket?
Bonnie paid.
Okay. So Bonnie could put a price on it.
No, yeah. It was a free ride. But I'm looking at, and so you get that from certain things in life. I took my middle daughter, I took her to see a Rob Schneider movie where he was having a pillow fight. I don't even know what the movie, and she's sitting there cracking up, and you're watching. So, and the same with Bonnie. Like I'll see, like just her movement, like when she says something and does like a stage movement in the room or something, and you're going, this is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't get this from a dentist.
Yes.
I can't get it from.
That is so true, and it's really nice to hear you say that because that is what I want in a relationship is someone to be like, God, she's so funny. Like what I'm best at. When a guy tries to be too cool and not laugh at my shit, when they're too overaware, they're insecure that they're not funny because they're not, and because they're a normal dude that does.
They're like competitive for no reason,
and they try not to laugh. Like I dated this one guy that used to be like, you're literally the funniest person I've ever met in my life, and I'm like, well, you haven't met a lot of people then because believe me, I'll introduce you to some people. But he used to always say that you're the funniest person. I go, it's so funny you say that because you've never once laughed at anything I've said. Yeah. Because in the moment, he would never give me a laugh because it showed weakness to him, I think. Or it showed that he was giving, there was some, how could I both be the funniest person and and I know that you've never laughed because I pay attention to those things. And he's like, yes, I have. And I was like, never once have I made you laugh. So that just shows me that men are actively trying not to celebrate the one thing that I'm actually confident of is being funny. Yeah. And I tend to go for guys that, my last boyfriend actually thought I was the funniest person in the world. And that felt so good when I would catch him looking at me like you're describing, where I would just be shining. I'd be in a monologue and I'd be killing in a room. And I would just see him be that was the best feeling ever to be appreciated for what I know I'm good at, as opposed to I want to fuck you so bad, which also feels good. But yeah, I think I need someone to think. I think that's I have a list of requirements for my next boyfriend. They need to think I'm super funny. And that didn't used to be on it because I was like, I know I'm funny. I don't need a guy to think I'm funny. Yes, I do.
It feels great.
So that's number one on the list?
Yeah. It's got to be up there
because you want to be seen. We all want to be seen for who we are. And that's a core part of your talent, your being, the thing that really makes you you. It's like what Rich sees in Bonnie is the core Bonnie.
Yeah,
and that's what she loves about you too. It's you're so funny.
She goes, I don't care if you talk to girls or other comics. I don't care. But she goes, if I see you laughing at them, I'll break her fucking arm.
Yes. Agreed.
That's great.
I love the show today, you guys. I got to go to break. Nick Youssef is here. He's back on the show. I'm so happy to have you here, Nick. Rich Voss is here. You got to go see him. Creeps with Kids tour is on sale right now. Go to creepstour.com. It's Ron Bennington, Jim Florentine, Bobby Kelly, and Rich Voss. I cannot believe how good that show is. Also, you can check out vossroast.com for the roast of Rich Voss, which is one of the best roasts you will find. Up there with Comedy Central roast. That's how funny this thing is. I watched it in preparation for the last roast to get my mind in the best jokes ever, which are on that roast. So I really recommend it. Anya Marina, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Gal.
New EP coming out soon?
New EP out now. It's called Over You. It's got 6 or 7 songs on it. I forget. And then I've got a bunch of shows you can check out in Portland, Richmond, Virginia, and then a couple in New York at AnyaMarina.com.
AnyaMarina.com. Guys, it's on Blink's Spooktacular Halloween sale. And I got you a screaming deal on Blink home security cameras. Yes, I got you this. Trick or treat with peace of mind, knowing that no matter where you are, you can keep an eye on your home with Blink. Blink cameras are wire-free, so they set up faster than you can rip off your kid's candy. And they run on 2 lithium batteries for up to 2 years. When your cameras detect motion, like strangers outside your home or the kids snooping in rooms they shouldn't, your Blink smartphone app alerts you. You see what Blink cameras see. And the Blink XT2 two-way talk feature lets you talk to whoever is there. No matter where you are, it's like your home. So hurry and score screaming deals on Blink indoor and outdoor cameras October 27th through November 3rd. Visit blinkprotect.com/sale. That's blinkprotect.com/sale. Thanks to Blink, home security and Halloween just got easier. Also available on Amazon and other fine retailers. Blink is an Amazon company and it works with Alexa. We'll be back with more You Up with Nikki Glaser after this. Dish Network has just developed the new Dish Voice Remote, and now that it's got the Google Assistant built in, your favorite game day recliner becomes a total home command center. Just say the word and the remote does the rest. It's awesome. Want to know a backup quarterback's stats? Ask the remote. Want to watch a different game? Just press the mic button on the remote and say Game Finder. It can even turn down the thermostat if you get into a heated argument about whether or not the receiver's knee was down before he got to the goal line. The point is, I don't understand any of this. If you want a remote that makes watching the game better, Houston, this remote has no problem. Oof. The Dish Voice Remote with the Google Assistant. I mean, this remote does sound cool. This copy is a little atrocious. But, I mean, all these things do sound amazing. You can do everything with your remote. The Dish Voice Remote with the Google Assistant. Your TV and a whole lot more are at your command. Dish, tuned into you. Voice functionality requires internet-connected hopper and compatible device. Google is a trademark of Google LLC. To learn more, dial 1-844, call Dish, visit dish.com, or find a local retailer near you. Dish! You Up with Nikki Glaser. We're back.
Wow. Really loving
Dish
those
is just a
thoughts.
fun word to say. Nick Youssef is here. Welcome back to the
Hi.
show, Nick Youssef. Glad to have you here. We used to sleep together. Rich Voss is here. Rich Voss.
I
Creeps
suck with Nick too.
Don't call me Nick. It's Nikki. CreepsTour.com for tickets to Creeps with Kids Tour with Jim Florentine, Ron Bennington, and Bobby Kelly, and Rich Voss. All 4 of them on one show together. I can't even believe it. What a good show. Anya Marina also in studio, my best friend.
And I've got a cover of Taylor Swift's The Man coming out very soon because
can't
you inspired
wait.
me.
It's the best song. Nick, how are you feeling about Taylor Swift these days? Can we talk about Lover, the album, the new album?
I only got a couple laps into it. I had to listen to the new Tool album like 200,000 times. So
Is it so good?
And I also had to write stuff for it for Esquire. Yeah.
That's exciting. You are
Yeah.
like a Tool expert, and they call on you to. Did you get free tickets to the show?
For one of the nights.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
So
I'm like the nation's leading toolologist now.
Really?
So, yeah.
Is
They
it-
just
what
kept
is-
asking
what
me
do
to
Tool
write
fans call
stuff.
each other?
I don't know.
Toolies?
I don't think
Tools?
they have names because they're so solitary in their love for Tool.
What is a Tool fan? Like who? What's your when you go to these shows? What's your
Tim
average?
Allen.
Tim.
They range from like kind of like metalheady looking dudes that probably don't ever have sex to like older dads that are bringing their kid to the show.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Jim
Because they've been
Florentine.
around so
Yeah.
long. you know?
Yes.
And then people
Still
like
putting on a great show though.
best live show I've ever
I
seen.
literally could not tell you a Tool song. If I
Neither.
heard Tool, I wouldn't recognize it. Nothing. I don't know anything about Tool. I just
That's
know
funny.
Tool is cool.
Yeah, they're
I
the
don't know.
best.
I don't know
Yeah.
one song. I just like the name.
It's
That's
such a
such a
good
cool
band
name.
name. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Like
But I really recommend.
Are they
the
heavy
Taylor
metal?
Swift album.
Yeah, they're like prog rock, heavy metal. Not maybe as heavy.
okay, let's slow down. What's prog rock? Progressive rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like Rush, yes, that kind of Pink Floyd.
well, Yes
that-
wasn't progressive. You think they were?
I mean,
they were more classic rock.
I love you.
How it
So
was
do I.
described in the 80s, I think they were probably considered progressive. But
Rich, what's
that's
your
a broad
favorite
term,
band?
unfortunately.
Yeah.
My favorite. Well, I have so like.
If you could go
I
see
saw-
anyone live tonight.
I would go to the Creeps with Kids tour. No,
I know. Okay, another
I
plug.
don't know because I saw I mean, I had third row for the Who I loved back
Yeah.
then.
Wow,
You know,
cool.
third row when they were doing Quadrophenia. I saw Bob Dylan and the band play together. I've seen.
But tonight, you have a chance to go
But
somewhere
if
tonight.
they're all alive,
Yeah.
no. Who I didn't
Sure.
see, who I would love to, Cretans. If I didn't, because I never saw Cretans.
Okay.
Well, okay.
I would love to see
That'd be cool.
CCR. You know, I've seen the Allman Brothers. I've seen all of them, but I would love to see or Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. All
Yes.
four
That'd
of
be
them.
cool too.
So
Okay.
those CCR or Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
Anya?
I'm just thinking about that Linda Ronstadt movie that came out because a lot of those people were in the film. Did you see anyone see
No.
that documentary? It's so good. She has Parkinson's now,
No.
but yeah, so it like starts out with her with Parkinson's kind of narrating, and then you go back through her whole life and you realize how many hits she had, how like beautiful, and she was a total feminist, and she was just so cool. She and Emmylou Harris and
She's great.
I forgot her name now.
Emmylou
They all had a band.
Harris. She's just always like, oh, like Emmylou Harris. She just is kind of like haunting every song.
She is so
She's like a really-
beautiful.
She's
It's
still hot.
Insane.
I mean, she's gorgeous
Yeah.
and her voice is amazing, but she sounds like a beautiful ghost.
yeah, she does. She
Haunting
looks like a
any
beautiful.
fun,
Yeah.
like Austin City Limits. She just haunts that
So
hall.
she and Dolly Parton and Emmylou Harris had like this little girl group, which I didn't know of. It's such a good documentary. You should see it. But who would I see tonight? I've never seen Fiona Apple.
Oh,
if I could see
wow,
her in
that
concert
would be good.
tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, she'd be great.
Because she's insane. And she rides
Yeah.
around on stage. She looks like she's having a mental breakdown. That's what I want out of an artist.
Yes.
I can't bring that, but that's what I want.
You can bring that.
No.
Yes, you
I
could.
don't look like I'm having a breakdown. I just have a breakdown in your living room.
Oh my God, I would love to be a musical artist.
Who do you want to see?
Taylor Swift. I mean,
Again, well, you've already seen someone you haven't seen.
I haven't seen her in so long. Someone
Have you
I
ever
haven't
met her?
seen. Yeah, I met her at the Red Tour in 2013. She was so nice. She had just done this huge stadium and she was flying all over the place. And then
Yeah.
she's just like, "Hey, nice to meet." It's just like so weird to see someone that approachable after just being so
Yeah.
larger than life. But yeah, her again. God, who would I want to see? Fiona Apple, that's a good one. Ani DeFranco, but I would want her to just play the songs that I like.
Yes.
You just made a face.
I'm sorry. That was involuntary.
Yeah, you're not a fan?
All my friends love Ani. I respect her, but I've never gotten into the music.
Oh, I love
I don't
it.
know
Makes me
why, but I hate saying that, and I hate that exists now
I
forever.
want to see
on
Jeff
this
No,
planet.
no.
Buckley.
Jeff Buckley.
That'd be
Oh,
great.
that'd sing
He's been
Hallelujah?
dead. Oh yeah, God,
Yeah.
he was amazing.
I would also love to see the original Temptations.
Oh,
Oh,
that'd be so
Oh,
cool.
fucking cool.
yeah.
I love Motown
That
too, though.
musical looks great. The music, the Temptations musical.
Yeah.
I mean, they do a good job.
Do
They
you-
tend
yeah.
to do a
I
good
would
job
see
of that
that.
shit. Yeah, I would too.
I opened years ago for Dennis Edwards, and in Detroit. But I met David Ruffin's daughter, and I was starstruck just meeting David
daughter,
Ruffin's daughter.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck.
Yes.
I grew up on the Temptations and the Supremes and Motown, and they were fucking great. The movie about the Temptations was
great.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done radio before? Because why do you keep hitting
I
that
know.
mic? You are so.
Where I didn't hit
You
the
need
mic.
more mic
Well,
sounds.
he's not wearing
Where-
headphones, so
where
he
am I
can't
hitting
even
the mic?
hear what
Yeah,
he's
you
doing.
can't hear. If you wear headphones, you're doing this. the whole
You're
time.
like boxing.
You're,
Oh, sorry,
you're the
I-
best on radio of anyone that I
But you're
can ever
gonna look.
imagine.
I'm
But-
sorry. What are
It's
you
like
doing?
on his
You just
eyeball.
put the headphone on one ear.
Because it gives me earaches. I'm sorry. I won't hit the mic again. I promise. I won't do it again. I'm sorry.
Best show you've ever seen. Best concert you've ever been to. Go.
Ooh. Besides Tool, I would say Neil Young.
Wow.
Yeah. It was especially because he's an older
But he put on a
guy
great
now.
show.
3 straight hours, nonstop. He played all the hits and then a bunch of garbage from that Monsanto album. But then it was like amazing in between all that. You're just like, this is everything I want. Like when an artist plays everything you want
Yes.
and then more, it's like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then Roger Waters when he did Dark Side of the Moon.
Were you on any substances when you saw these? Like, was it?
Stone cold sober.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, that's when you don't drink anymore and you go
Yeah.
to shows and you're like, what will this be? And
Yeah.
it still
You're
can
like,
be
I'm going to
good.
remember like 90% of this.
No, I
This is
used to not
exciting.
remember any shows that I went to. That was the problem. I'm trying to think of Rich. Do you got a good?
Either David Bowie or or it's funny. I saw Elton John, and I do this on stage, so I'm not practicing, but it's true. I saw Elton John in 1977 when he sang with Kiki D. She came out and sang "Don't Go Breaking My Heart." So I was probably on Quaaludes, pot, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I saw him 3 months ago on his farewell tour. I was on Tylenol and anxiety medicine.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. But Elton John, I think David Bowie was probably.
God, I would love.
He was
to see
just
him.
amazing.
Yes.
How he just took control of the fucking stage, and from costume breaks or outfit breaks or whatever. When he did Ziggy Stardust, it was just.
Yeah.
That's how talented that guy was. He could just I'm going to be a different person now, and every time it would work. He would just reinvent himself, and we're like, we still love this new you too.
I was introduced to David Bowie from Labyrinth. That was the first time I had ever been.
Oh, wow.
That's how I knew him, was
Yeah.
what kind of magic spell? It's so weird that is my first impression. And most, when I conjure an image of him, it's just him in that movie. What about you, Anya?
I think Sinead O'Connor, 1990. I was just crying through the whole thing. I was a freshman in college and just absolutely struck by that. She was at her peak, nothing compares to you. And then the ones I remember the most are Liz Phair and Jewel in 1994 or something at the Warfield. And Jewel was an unknown, and Liz had terrible stage fright. And it was at that concert that I was like, I want to do this. Something that these girls are doing is really hitting me hard. I was vibrating when I left, and I went home and started
Talk to Jen.
I came. And then the last one
could use you.
that I'm thinking of is Elliott Smith's last concert
Oh, you
run.
saw that?
Oh my God.
It was a disaster, and he was sweating and clearly on something. And
Life. He was on Life.
Yeah.
He was living.
I don't know if
He
it was
didn't
on
want
something,
to.
but he was mumbling and couldn't get through songs, and it was so hard to watch because I loved it.
Damn.
Everyone loved him so much, but it just felt so sad, and he was dead within a year, I
Wow.
think.
Yeah.
So that I'll never forget, but I can't remember. What about you, Taylor Swift?
No, Dave Matthews in high school. I was so in love with him, and one time I got down close enough. I was in the 16th row. I'll never forget it. And I got to stand on my seat, and when he was walking off stage, I mean, the show was amazing, but he was walking off stage, and everyone was kind of picking up their things to leave, and I stood on the chair, and I was just trying to get his waved, and I thought waved at me, and that was the best moment. I remember that week at school, I was just kept writing his set list down, and I would get in trouble in class because I was just writing about Dave Matthews in my notebook. And then the other moment that I had an emotional response to a performance was seeing U2 at the Apollo through Sirius XM, got me in last year. And they did, and I don't even like U2. I mean, they're fine, but I'm not a fan. But I took my friend who is a huge fan, but they sang that Stuck in a Moment and You Can't Get Out of It. And they dedicated it to Anthony Bourdain, who had just killed himself that week. And he just gave a talk about how he wrote that song about the lead singer of NXS. What's his name?
Hutchins.
Yeah, Michael Hutchinson, who I later found out he was thrown into a deep depression. His suicide was precipitated by getting punched in the face. His girlfriend said that they went out to get pizza late at night. They got into a street fight somehow. He got punched in the head and was never the same after it. And then that's what led him to eventually kill himself. But that whole song, I couldn't stop listening to that song afterwards because I was going through a depressive thing. And it was just you're stuck in a moment that you can't get out of it. And literally that's what suicide is that not only is depression being stuck in a moment that you can't get out of it, but when you've made the choice to kill yourself, oftentimes people are struggling to get the they find people pulling at the noose, and it's no, the actual choice of suicide is a moment that now you can't get out of it. You made it, and now you're regretting it. When people talk about jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge, and the ones that have survived are the second my foot left, and it's it's your fight or flight response to be no, but they always say they regret it. So I don't mean to bring it down, but that was it was just, it's so nice to just cry in public sometimes and to be I'm just gonna let this fall over me and and be moved by art. I'm so often not.
I wish I did that more in concerts. I do it usually in movie theaters because it's
cry?
dark.
Yeah.
I cry all the time. I just saw the new Noah Baumbach film. There was a screening of it. It's with Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver, who fucking kills it.
He's great.
So good. It's about marriage, and I think it's called The Story of a Marriage or something like that. it'll be out soon or imminently. Anyway, I highly recommend it. I cried through the whole thing.
Wow.
It's so good.
You were also out of that retreat. You went right into that theater fresh out of that retreat.
I got to stop.
I'll tell you what was cool. I hosted Woodstock 99. So there was times I was in front of 50 or 75,000 people for 3 days.
What?
And some of the bands like Buck Cherry were so fucking good. Mickey Hart and Planet Drum. I don't remember
Wait, is
all
Buck
the bands.
Cherry the one that's like, you're a crazy bitch, but
Yeah,
you fucks. One time my dentist used to play like Sirius
How do you
XM
remember
channel,
that?
like, well, I don't know what channel he had it on, the dentist, but he was cleaning my teeth and that song came on.
Crazy.
But you fuck so good, I'm on top of it. And I was just like, it feels inappropriate to be blasting at this office.
I've got to host like concerts like with Steven Tyler and Sheryl Crow. There was this thing they did about recovery. They did it at the Washington Monument. So it's like 15,000 people. People spoke. Dr. Oz spoke, one of the Kennedys who's sober, and some band, The Fray, Sheryl Crow, what's his name from Arrow, Steven Tyler. But they all came out at the end and sang "Come Together" by the Beatles.
Oh my God.
Damn.
It was fucking amazing.
That's incredible.
It was amazing. Just being there and just seeing the,
Yeah.
So, real quick, when you said, this is how fucking what a narcissist I am. When you said you do a lot of radio, I thought you were going to go with, how do you not have a radio show? Instead of you going, why do you keep hitting the
rude.
mic?
I didn't
No. I thought it was going in the direction
But you
like.
should have a radio show.
Yeah,
You're
That is a
amazing.
good
Thank you.
point.
But
Yeah.
This is
to
the pitch.
you
But
fucking
I think we know
idiot.
the problem of why you don't.
'Cause
You
I
need
had
to
to
wear the goddamn headphones so you can hear how much you fuck with the mic.
And you keep masturbating the mic. Don't let it come.
I was gonna say, oh shit, I forgot it. Oh, The Joker. Have you guys seen it?
You saw it the other night.
How did you feel?
Came twice.
During the talk show scene.
When that scissor went in that guy's eyeball
Oh my
like
God.
a jackrabbit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was pretty funny.
I closed my eyes during that. I was able to prepare myself for it.
we
I asked people for spoilers of the scary scenes.
We talk about. Listen, I don't know the movie. If he doesn't at least get nominated for best actor in this movie,
then what's gonna happen?
I mean, he was a little too fat for me, but God,
yeah, he was
you
incredible.
don't think he was incredible?
Oh
in
my
this?
God, he was amazing. It was
Yeah.
so good. I loved it. And I went in thinking I wasn't going to like it. And I thought I was very neutral going in actually. And boy, it was fantastic. Have you
I
not
can't
seen
believe
it
you
yet?
saw a movie. You don't really go to movies.
I don't go to
a lot.
movies at all.
What possessed you?
Because it seemed to be like this cultural moment that everyone, and especially as a comedian, I have friends in the movie. Gary Goldman's in it. Sam Marilla's in it. Greer Barnes is in it. There was a lot.
So is Callan. What's his name?
Brian Callen was in it.
But he had it quick. He was in the clown room with Greer.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was Greer until someone told me later on. I was like, I thought that guy looked familiar. That's how good he was at being someone like you didn't recognize him.
Yeah, he was good.
It was so good.
Who'd you go with?
I went with Hannah Berner, Andrew Collin, and Sarah Lena.
Nice.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Did you text?
Did I text during it? No.
Good for you.
No.
Nick. This
Okay,
is
that was a
new you.
slight. I
No,
get it, Anya. That's why you don't go to movies with me. I text
I'm
during it.
just getting
funny.
updates on your movie.
No, you know what? I did
etiquette.
text, but only when I put my leather coat over my head because during the scary scenes, I had asked my my Instagram followers to tell me what the scenes were where there was like gratuitous violence, and like not to tell me what it was about, but like when it was coming, so I knew when to throw my coat over my head. So I put it over my head, and then I would text during
So
that.
yes, the answer is yes.
Yeah,
You
but
did
no one
text
could see
during
it.
the
No
movie.
one could see it. I was literally in one of those. No one even knew what I was doing in there because I was in there a little bit longer than the
Right.
violent scene, and people were tapping. Like Andrew was like, "It's over," and I'm like, "I'm texting," and they're like, "Oh, we didn't know." Hannah next to me was texting the whole time, and I was like, "Oh, I can see how that's annoying."
Oh,
Yeah, the bright
God.
screen.
That would
Yes.
have been infuriating.
Yeah.
I can't.
How one when he came down those stairs, he was amazing.
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 That was such a fun scene. God,
How fucking cool was that?
so cool.
Why?
I would have tripped.
Yeah.
But how good was he coming down those fucking stairs?
He-
But how much you're thinking now? How much was he fantasizing about? Like I didn't realize, and most of the people didn't realize, everything he did in that movie he was fantasizing about. You know.
Everything?
The whole thing's a dream?
Well, he wasn't on...
But let's not give it away. She hasn't seen it yet, and maybe our
well,
listeners haven't.
If the world hasn't seen the Joker yet, it doesn't know about it, you know.
I know.
Okay.
She's on a
you know
7-day retreat.
Oh, you know what happened in Jaws? You fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Go to see the movie.
I don't
it's
think
a
I'll
month
see
later.
it, so go ahead.
Why?
Should I?
Dude,
Yes.
it is like the best movie I've seen in
mean,
years.
it's
And I know I
fine.
don't see that.
I love
I didn't think it
Tarantino's movie. Have you seen that?
No, we haven't
Oh,
seen
Once
that
Upon
yet.
a Time.
Oh, it's so good.
I know. I want to take a week
see
off
the
and
Joker.
see
I'll
it.
go see it again. I loved it so much.
If you don't text, I will.
I will. I
Even
don't
during
understand
the
why
scary
you think
parts.
that I text all the
Because
time.
you did text. You just said you texted.
You would not have seen. I was literally cloaked.
No,
in a
I
huge
understand, but
jacket
the
and you-
answer is yes. I
Why
did
don't you
text
guys
in the
go
movie.
together
But
and
the problem you have with texting
I
is
get
that
it.
it creates a light. So if I'm texting and you can't see it, that's the same as if I left the room and went to the bathroom.
no,
to talk.
that's
I
not
just
the
want to
problem.
go to movies
Yeah.
with people who put their phone off in a bag away.
It's also
I just
distracting
don't want the
if
phone to
someone's
come
not
out.
paying attention. But
Yeah.
go together,
I can't-
sit on opposite sides of the theater.
Why
I
don't you
can't
take
it-
watch
That's
the
fine.
scary parts. I was bored inside my little tent. and
How do
so
you think I felt at the silent retreat?
So why don't you
Exactly like you in the Cape
Why don't
for
you be-
But there
7
wasn't
days
a
with no
rule.
phone. No, I know there
okay, why don't you
wasn't.
pretend you're a comedy club
Okay.
and put her phone in an envelope?
I'm
here's-
so
I'm
mad
gonna do
about
that.
phones not being out at clubs. You know what? I want to earn your attention.
Doesn't Dave
I don't
Matthews
want you
do
to.
that?
I don't care if I don't like phones being taken out of comedy clubs. I really don't like it because for me, I'm so addicted to my phone. When I don't get to be on my phone, I am filled with stress. I can't be present. I'm thinking about who could be calling me. If I'm able to just have it in my bag and glance in my bag that no one sees, I reach in my bag and I look and I can see the time, how much longer the show has. It keeps me more present than I would be if it's in a bag and I can't get to it. And I will say this, I plan cute outfits to wear on stage. I'm presenting myself. I'm dressing up. I will wear a whole outfit. I will work so hard with my hair and makeup, and then there's no pictures of me. When there used to be phones and crowds, people would sneak pictures, and I would come home and I would get to like post pictures of my cute outfit. Now there's no documentation of me doing stand-up comedy ever.
The bad outweighs the good, though.
No, it doesn't.
And you're going to do meet and greets. People can take photos with you.
No, I
there.
want live action shots of
That's
me killing on stage.
That's why I came up with the name of my latest album. I was on stage and some guy was in the audience filming. I go, listen, you can't film. I said, take him outside and beat him up. But then you know what? I remember when I went to see Hamilton, I brought a 3-camera crew in. And they go, you can't film. I go, what are you talking about? I can't film. So, you know what I mean? It created a good ad lib.
Yes,
and,
it
and
is.
thing out of it.
Yes.
You know, but I could see if somebody like Chappelle or even if Eddie Murphy's trying to work out new stuff.
I get that, but come on, I don't care if someone
Yeah.
tapes my act. What is
No.
70 people are going to watch it on YouTube? Who gives a shit?
Shit, I wish I could get 70.
You got 70 views?
But I do feel a sense in the crowd of people kind of being like, they took my phone. Like, I don't feel good when someone takes my phone from me. Whether or not I'm looking at it, I'm addicted to it. I love my phone. I'm not interested in being told I can't be on it.
Here's what like when she says don't text during the movie. If I'm watching a show with Bonnie and she'll get up and walk out, I go, stop the thing. You'll miss something.
Yes.
I don't want somebody to miss something.
Agreed.
I want you to be there. If we're watching this together, I
Well,
want
that's just codependent.
Yeah, that's codependent.
That's codependent.
Yes.
No, I don't need
Worry
her.
about your shit, your own shit.
Oh,
Keep
really?
it-
That's codependent?
Yeah.
So I should untie her during the movie. Wait, what do you mean? It's
I feel that I
No.
really relate, though. I really
I do
relate.
too.
Because I'm like, I want to have the same experience you do. But
Well, no.
my sister does that a lot.
If you went to the movies with a friend and they left to go out in the hallway for 15 minutes,
Oh,
you
then
wouldn't
I
be
would
out-
never go to the movies with them again.
Yeah, that's not codependent.
I
That's
think,
not-
yeah.
It
That's
slightly
your-
is because it's your experience. You can't worry about other people. It shouldn't affect
Well,
your
that's not
experience.
true
but-
because you go on a honeymoon
Right.
together. It's your experience together on a honeymoon.
Yeah, don't marry that person.
Yeah, but what are you controlling
Well,
the
I'm just saying
experience?
the
What if they
what's
got a
that?
call? What if they got an important call from their lawyer they have to take? They're divorcing.
Oh, I'm the best. Andrew.
It's funny whenever like someone,
I got bad news.
whenever someone's at a movie or a comedy club, that's when the most important calls in the world are going to come in. Where it's like,
Yes.
well, my lawyer could call, or I can get a
Yes.
phone call from the lotto people that said I won after all.
Lotto people don't call the lotto people. Are so
I was thinking about that at the retreat. I was like, how many of these 250 people I'm meditating in a room with are doctors who are like, I mean, obviously they can't be on call during
Yeah.
that week, but don't they have an urgency inside them? Like, I should check my phone.
Yes.
Maybe someone's dying. Maybe my
No one
patient had a
cares
baby.
about any of us that much, though.
It's true.
I mean, if you have a family, different, because you have wife and kids and stuff. But most of us, it's like, if we're like, hey, I'm going to be gone for 4 days, they're like, oh, we'll just figure it out until you're back.
Also, when
It is
if let's
fine.
say someone dies, it's the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
This person has died. They're not gonna like be less dead when you get like
Yeah.
they're gonna be the same dead. Like that's
Have you heard the
and
saying?
don't die on the weekend. Die on a Monday. I make my money on
Don't
the
be
weekend.
selfish about
I
dying.
know.
Yeah.
I look at some comedians and I'm like, I'm gonna have to go to his funeral pretty soon, and I hope it's not on a day that
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
can't-
make it, that I have a good gig. I got a tour coming up, and will
Yes.
you stop eating fried food?
Yes.
I almost
I'm
want
gonna do everyone a favor and have a destination funeral, so
Oh,
then no one
nice.
will have to go. They're like, I can't afford to fucking
Yeah.
go to Fiji for your funeral. And then I'm like,
I
yeah,
don't
it's
go
fine.
to funerals. I really don't. Like unless I'm compelled to, I don't feel this obligation to go. And I've said it before because the only person that I'm going for is for the deceased person, and they ain't around anymore to like be mad at me later.
Yeah.
And if you're going for any other reason, you're going for their family or like to present, but their family's distracted crying. They're not going to even know that you were there. So I just don't, I feel zero obligation to go to funerals.
Nick Swartzen had a hilarious bit back in the day about
that's once.
funerals, where he's like, I'm gonna have a party funeral. It's gonna be crazy. Like people will be sitting there crying, and then my casket won't have me in it. Like just at an unexpected moment, I'm just gonna like drop from the ceiling like a marionette and shit. And then he's like,
He was going to hire,
hire John Stamos to be
just
at his
cry.
funeral. Yeah.
and people are going to be like, is that John Stamos over there weeping? Did Nick know John Stamos?
I love that
So
bit.
fun. Yeah, there was a video going around of this guy's funeral. All these people are crying. It's like this Irish funeral.
Yeah.
And they played a recording during the burial, and it's him going, "Let me out of here!
Oh, that's
Let
so
me
good.
out, guys! I'm serious. It's really dark in here. I'm scared." And everyone just starts laughing because I guess this was this guy's personality,
Oh,
and the
that's
whole
so good.
everyone's crying and laughing so hard because it keeps going on and on. He's
Yeah.
like, it was such a cool moment to actually plan
Yeah,
that.
that's amazing.
At my funeral, I just want Mary Tyler Moore to cry and then start laughing.
Like, why her?
It's such an old reference. On the Mary Tyler Moore show, this clown
yeah.
died when the clown
yes,
died.
yes, it's a famous episode.
Yes, ma'am. And I thought of this too. If I knew I was going to die, I would make a video and play my last set
I would love
for
that.
the,
Just on a
Okay,
loop.
I will go
Everyone
to
wants
your
it.
funeral. I'm definitely
Yeah,
going to yours.
Yeah, and just know.
Yeah, you have to do something crazy
you
and
gotta,
funny.
You're a
It's-
comic.
Yes. Nothing makes me cry harder than people talking to you from the dead and being like, you're going to be okay. Like whenever like a wife writes a letter to her daughter,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
not going to watch her grow up. And like, that's the easiest way to get me. That's my like cry porn.
When we went at Patrice's memorial, there was like 5, and we all spoke, and little Kev, Colin, Norn, all these people, and of course I had to close. And I walked up and I said, "Listen."
God, you're fucking bragging. God.
I know. I said, listen, please, Colin, thanks, good set. I walked up. It's 5. I go, listen. After the funeral, I'll be out front selling my CDs.
Oh my God.
That's
You had
great.
to open with, and during the, people were laughing and crying and laughing. You know what I mean? Because it's all comics there.
Yes.
And you have to say some funny shit because you're all
God,
comics.
My
You wouldn't-
funeral is going to be the most fun thing that I don't get to go to.
You
Like, I
don't-
will be there, but like, I know that it will be so fun.
Yeah, don't you ever fantasize or think about how many people are going to, what numbers am I going
Pissed
to
I
do?
can't go to my funeral.
I know, what numbers? Like, is this person going to come or that person? Or, you know what I mean? You're thinking, fuck, Like, I just want to do better numbers than Patrice.
Oh, you'll do great.
You know,
Oh, Rich,
Patrice
yours will
did
be-
great numbers.
Yours will be
How
packed.
many people? How many people were there at Patrice's?
Oh, he packed out this big church. He hit bonus. Believe me, he hit that bonus.
Rich Voss is here. Nick Youssef is here. Anya Marine is here. What actually makes a better toothbrush? Is it industrial strength power? Claims of miracle trendy ingredients? Multiple modes? Well, if you ask your dentist, they'll tell you it's less about the brush and more about how you use it. Quip was created by dentists and product designers to focus on what actually matters for your oral health. Healthier habits. Quip's sensitive vibrations with a built-in timer guides gentle brushing for the dentist recommended 2 minutes, with 30-second pulses ensuring an even clean. Quip automatically delivers brush heads to you every 3 months for clean new bristles right on schedule. The sleek, intuitive design is simple to use and comes with a travel cap that doubles as a mirror mount. These thoughtful features make brushing something you actually want to do twice every day. Good habits matter to live a healthier life, so help form fresh oral health habits with Quip. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/Nikki right now, your first refill is free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/NIKKI. Getquip.com/Nikki. Do it. We'll be back with more You Up after this. Mood swings, muscle aches. Are you feeling like menopause symptoms are getting in your way? Well, that's why you need Equell, the plant-based menopause relief formula that helps to reduce the frequency of hot flashes, provide mood support, and relieve muscle discomfort associated with menopause. Equell, made with naturally derived S-Equol, contains no hormones, requires no prescription, and has no side effects. It's easy. You order at equell.com and they ship directly to you. Equell is safe and effective and trusted by over 50,000 women. Shipping is free and you can cancel at any time. Move on from mood swings and forget the hot flashes. It's time to feel like yourself again. Get 25% off. Wow. Your first month's supply at equell.com/Nikki. EQUELLE.com/Nikki. Go right now to equell.com/Nikki for 25% off your first month's supply. Plus, Equell is backed by a 60-day money-back guarantee. equell.com/Nikki. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. We're back. It's You Up with Nikki Glaser. In studio, Nick Youssef, Rich Voss, Anya Marina. Welcome back. I was at the Comedy Cellar last night, late. It was so fun. It turned into Dan Soder was having a party. He had taped his HBO special last night, and there was a huge party happening around the corner from the Olive Tree, like at the Village at the Fat Black. I didn't even know about it, and I went over there, and there was like a gigantic HBO after party that was so fun.
Wow.
And went into that, had a little bit of. I said yesterday on the show that I didn't have social anxiety, and then I had it last night.
How
in a
did
big
it manifest?
way. Well, I was over at the Olive Tree, and then I was hanging out with Jessica Curson and Liz Mealy and Adriana Palucci, and then Sherrod came over and was like, yeah, Dan Soder's having this party, and I was trying to get anyone to go with me because I didn't want to walk over there alone because I hadn't been invited. And then I was just like, I can't go alone. And everyone was like, well, I just ordered food. I can't go over there. And I'm like, well, I want to leave soon. I just want to stop by. And I was like freaking out about it. And I was just like, I can't go over there alone. I'm just going to go home. It just feels too weird walking in. And then Jeff Ross was like, wait, what are you talking about? And I was like, I can't just like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't belong there. And he's like, you're cool. And I was like, what? And he's like, you're really like cool. So like they want you. And I was like, I am cool. And I was like, thank you. I'm fucking cool as shit, dude. They should want me at their party. So I walked over there and I had a little bit more confidence. And then I walked in and was like, instantly feeling like no one wanted me there and like there was no one to talk to and just had all those feelings that are normal, you know?
And then Jeff Ross was sitting there going, what are you doing here?
Yeah, exactly. I had to put, Jeff Ross had a zit that he was like, and I was putting on makeup at my table to get ready to go over the party. And he was like, will you put some makeup on me? I have this zit. And I was like, I would love to. I don't understand why men don't cover up zits. If
I
you got
do.
A little you do? Yes,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah. What are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I
guys
keep
do.
stuffing some of my bag. Look how gay my hand got.
Yeah.
I keep stuffing some of my bag.
Yeah.
To if I get, one
Good.
that's...
Men
Yes.
should do that.
Yeah, I don't want to walk around looking like a panic
What
button.
do you use? What's the
Just
thing
some
you carry?
concealer.
Why is your
I just
skin
use.
so
I
nice,
just get
Nick?
it's like a lipstick thing. I don't know what it is, and
Yeah.
it's a color that's
And then you
kind
rub
of
it
close
in.
to
And
my.
it's like a tiny thing.
and I dab it in.
I'll get one of
But you
those.
got to
You
dab
should.
it. You got to dab it and blend it so
You
it doesn't
paint your
look like.
nails. You're
Yes.
into like doing things that are
Yeah.
supposed to be only for women.
Yeah, I don't
but, like,
give a shit about any of that.
Yeah,
you
I'll do
gotta
whatever
get
feels good.
makeup too. It's like guys would change your life. You don't know what you're
Yes.
missing out on by having a little bit of concealer in your pocket.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll put a little makeup on, then I'll run in a room and throw Bonnie's underwear on and run around the
well,
house
this seems
yelling.
to be out of control.
And I yell, "Who's a pretty girl?" And I put my penis between my legs, and then I pull it out and go, "You're a pretty girl." And I
You know
put
what?
it
I love that you do that.
Yes.
You know, it's not just for women to do that.
Yes.
And
Key
yeah,
to a
that
healthy
means you're
marriage.
so secure in your
and
manhood.
I
to be
chase
able to
myself
tuck your
around
dick.
the room, and I go, "No, no," and then I pull my dick out. Go, "You know you want it." And I go,
Wow, you have this whole play with yourself.
it's fun. And then they come in, and it looks like everything's normal. I just get everything back, and like I'm doing the dishes right when I walk back.
That's one of the deleted scenes from Joker. I don't know if anyone knows.
Oh my God, it seriously could be. That really is. I don't even know if that's deleted. I think that happened. Yeah, that's so anyway, yeah, that was an interesting night. I had dinner with you so early on in the night and
Yeah.
Bonnie, and then it just
And
like got
Jess.
out of control. I was supposed to go home and get some sleep. I was so sleep deprived yesterday. I took a nap for 3 hours and it felt so good to take a nap. Sometimes when you're sad and you don't know why, it could be because you're tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or hungry.
Or I look at my calendar.
Oh yeah, that could be. Yeah, either
Tired.
way, either you have too much on your calendar or not enough.
But sleep, like I can't sleep it's different as you get older because
Yeah.
I got to wake up and piss so much.
Yeah.
But I got 4 hours sleep last night and it was good, 4 hours. But if I get 4 or 5 on the road, then take a nap in the day, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But you don't, I just can't sleep
Why is that when you're older, your sleep is so much less?
because you don't have much more time to live. So you try to get everything you can out of life.
That could be.
But
Squeeze
older
every
people
minute.
say they don't need as much, and they
What's that?
older people say they just naturally start waking up at after 5 hours of being asleep.
I never
I
sleep.
wonder if you're not as active during the day, maybe? You don't need to rest as
Is
much?
it hormonal? Do we have a
I have no
doctor
idea.
listening?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd love to know that
Or is it
answer.
just an older man thing? Seems like all the older men I know say that. They're always like, 6 hours is max.
Oh,
Right?
I guess. Yeah.
your
I
dad
think I think
sleep
we're
a
all
lot?
convinced that we don't need sleep.
Yeah.
Because even yesterday I was so tired and I was so depressed yesterday. My thoughts were just in this really dark place. And then I just realized I was like, I'm just going to take a nap because honestly, I wanted to nap because I just didn't want to be awake with my thoughts. But then I napped and I was like, oh, that was it. That was it the whole time. And I didn't even notice it. That was like when I was constipated on Dancing with the Stars and I didn't even know that's why I felt sick the whole time and I couldn't suck in. I was just like, why don't I feel skinny? I am skinny. And then I got voted off and I pooped for 8 years. And I was like, how did I not know that I was packed with poop? And yesterday I was like, how did I not know I was tired? Sometimes you're just not in tune with your body. But I will say that I was talking about this last night and I hate being alone. Right now in my life, I'm not okay being alone with my thoughts, with myself. I'm too depressed. I'm too fragile. I don't like it. I constantly am hanging out with friends. I have one thing to the next, whether I'm going to a therapy or friends or a meeting. I packed my day because I don't want to be alone. It's not that I actually like working or like hanging out with you, Anya. It's that, no, of course I do. It's the best in the world, but I don't want to be alone. And I realized it. When I go home, I don't do anything. I go right to sleep because I want to get myself unconscious as soon as possible because I don't want to be awake alone. I have gone so far now as I bring sleeping pills with me. So I take one before I leave when I'm still at dinner with a friend so that by the time I get home, it's kicking in and I don't have to be awake with myself.
What do you mean, like melatonin?
I drug myself. Yeah, melatonin, and I also take a prescription aid sleep pill sometimes too.
And that keeps you asleep for...
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem sleeping once I'm sleeping. Yeah. And I can pee in the middle of the night 5 times and go right back to bed. And it doesn't feel as disruptive. But I just realized I don't like to be alone with myself. I don't know what
is that
people do.
something you're like working to change, or is this a new thing that you don't know what to do with yet?
I think I just acknowledged it. When I'm alone, I have to either be smoking pot to get out of my mind. I have to put on music so I have to get out of my mind. I have to listen to a podcast to get out of my mind. I have to listen to a YouTube talk. I can't ever just be. I can't just like play guitar.
One thing meditation hasn't helped at all.
I mean, I guess it's helped a little bit because how could it not? But meditating is the only thing I can do and be alone and not be doing anything. But meditating is doing something.
Yeah.
Or at least it feels like it to me.
If I'm alone, I don't mind.
What do you guys do alone?
What's that?
What do you do when you're alone?
On the road or at home, or it's different. Like
that is way different. You're right.
I mean, on the road, I'll play golf alone. I don't mind. I'll go to the gym alone and work out, obviously, because who do I go to the gym with?
Yeah.
So I've been on my own since I was a kid, basically. You know what I mean? Like my parents were doing. I've been on my own. I want to get into the story. So I'm used to being alone in life. And it doesn't, unless I'm in my own head. If I have anxiety, I hate being alone, but I hate being around people. Because if I'm in the middle of an anxiety attack or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's weird, but we're alone so much on the road and in life that you have to get used to it and just keep busy. As long as you keep busy.
I feel like I'm always consuming something, whether it's food or a podcast or music. Like there's something coming in to distract me from whatever my head is saying. Like I'm only alone with my thoughts when I'm drifting off to sleep, which isn't really clear thinking. It's almost like drunk. And then, especially if you're on melatonin, and then meditating is the only time that I guess I'm alone with my thoughts.
Yeah, but if you're listening to music, you're still thinking. You still have your thoughts going as you're listening.
No, I don't. I pretend that I'm in a music video, and I'm not even joking you. Like I pretend like I'm not myself, and that I'm like Taylor Swift.
You are insane.
I know. I don't just
Not
listen
in
to
a bad
music
way.
as ambient noise. It is I actively pick songs to pretend like I'm in a music video and to be the soundtrack of like whatever life I'm picturing for myself.
Do you ever practice your Oscar speech or your Emmy speech?
No, I've never done that.
Oh,
a lot of people
really?
do that, I hear. I mean, like the Joker,
Yes.
Andrew, when I brought Andrew Collin to see the Joker, and he was like, man, I related to that so much. I'm like, what? And he was like, I used to like, Letterman would interview me in my shower, and I'm like, what?
I have those, but not
Is that in the Joker?
I go, he's retired. That can't ever happen.
But my speeches don't have thank yous.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
don't have
really?
It's like fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Holy fuck! What a
It's
what
a
a fucking just
Yeah.
filled with resentment and anger. Just get it out.
That's
you know
why
what
that
I mean?
scene was so good at the in the Joker at the talk show
Oh, yeah.
when it just pulls wide and you just I was like,
Yeah.
that sounds about right. Yeah, that looks
Yeah,
about.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's good.
I guess I have to see it now.
You really, Anya, I'm not kidding you. What is your hesitancy to not see the Joker? Just because everyone likes it?
I don't know about it's Batman and the Joker, right?
There's no Batman in it. It's just about a
but
guy.
he's the guy from Batman.
There's no supernatural
No,
powers
he's
in
the
it.
guy from
There's
the deck
not?
of cards.
No, there's nothing supernatural in it. I didn't hear what you said.
didn't even hear
Sorry.
She goes, he's the guy from Batman. I go, no, he's the guy from the deck of cards.
Oh,
That's funny.
That's what I was worried about too. I was like, I don't want any like weird ooze that like he eats and then he can like reach far or something. Like I just didn't want any supernatural things. It's just
like
about a mentally ill guy.
It's like a character study movie.
Yes, he's about a murderer.
The performance is amazing.
I'll see it.
At least
I
carries
thought it was
the
a
movie.
comic book
I
character.
thought it was about Trump, if you want to ask me. Do you guys see it?
I just thought it was like the death rattle of white privilege.
Ooh.
Well, can I explain why I think it was about Trump? Because I think that mental illness is out of control in this country because we don't treat it, we don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
So a mentally ill person has become lifted up as not mine, but as our collective. Like he's mentally ill, if you ask me, and untreated for it.
Yeah.
And now he is like he's the Joker. We're all just like he's leading the way, and it's like all because mentally ill people have elected him because they're not treating what they're dealing with, and the mass scale of not taking mental illness seriously in this country has made so many people mentally ill. And I actually have empathy and compassion for it. I'm not saying if you're someone who voted for Trump, you are mentally ill. There's something wrong. I'm just saying there is something wrong, and I'm so sorry for whatever happened in your life to make you vote for him, especially if you're a woman. But there's something wrong with you, and it's not, and there's so much wrong with me too, but there's also something wrong with you. And that's why we have him, is because mental illness.
That's crazy. You never dreamt as a kid.
He's still on.
You never dreamt as having a president that would argue with a female soccer player on Twitter. You never wanted that when you were a young kid.
I mean,
Dare to dream.
it's just, I mean, this is the wildest dreams.
I bet kids.
What's happening right now is
almost-
the wildest. Like, it's a night. It feels like a nightmare.
I've never said his name and president together yet.
Really?
Never. I hope I
Wow.
don't slip and do it, but I've never.
I wonder if kids are fascinated, and I wonder if they love it. If like 13-year-olds think this is hilarious because they don't know
It
anything.
is hilarious.
No,
It's-
they're disturbed.
They don't have
a lot of them are
consequences yet?
disturbed.
And last
What does
week-
Raina think?
Oh yeah,
it's
good question.
Whatever Bonnie thinks.
I know what Bonnie
Yes.
thinks. Bonnie and I
Yes.
are on the same. Last night, Bonnie and I were talking about the end times, which are very nigh, which is a fancy way of saying near. And we were talking, and that's what all Bonnie and I talk about whenever we get together is like, oh, the apocalypse is coming, and like, or the end of the world is coming. I don't believe it's like going to be this apocalyptic thing, but like it's coming. There might be a civil war here in America. It could happen. We always think that it can't happen because we have jobs and schools and parks and
And that sweet
civilization.
flag.
Like the civil.
But it's like it. But the place Venezuela used to be a great place to live and visit not too long ago, and now everyone's starving there, and it's like there's no. It's lawless from what I understand, and that could happen here, and I think it will. But Bonnie and I were talking about it last night, and Anya's sitting there, and she goes, "Do I need to be more worried?" And we were just like, kind of no, because there's nothing you can do. I mean, that's how I feel about it.
Well, I have 5 survival backpacks. I have.
That's what
my
I
bow and
hear.
arrow.
I was like getting so like Bonnie was like, I'm looking for some survival dick. I
And-
need some guy to protect me. That's what I really want.
But a civil war in this country could be white versus black,
Yes.
male versus female,
Yes.
Semite versus anti-Semite. I mean, there's so much.
I think it's going to be a mixture of all of that. It's going to
it's-
be complete chaos.
Yeah, it's going to be like the Warriors. Everybody's going to have their own special gang.
It's
I
so
only
scary.
bring references from
But
the
But now I've
70s.
heard that you are, and guess what? Our side, if one of those situations are true, I was realizing this last night. Our side doesn't really have that many guns. Like their side has way
and we
more
have
guns.
no survival skills.
Yeah, we're just like we have podcasts and like blogs,
Right.
and like what are we gonna
Cute
do?
outfits.
I am going to write
It's
about
such-
you
Like,
guys.
guys, I've-
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
it's like
You're like,
coming
okay,
over to your
I
house.
got a bottle of smart water and about 14 yoga
Yeah.
mats.
Yeah,
What, can,
I
this,
mean,
what can we do with that?
They have tanks and we have Babiglia.
oh my god, it does feel that way. Do we have to go to break? Yes. Okay. I love this show. Nick Youssef, Rich Voss, Anya Marina, all in studio. Dish Network calls their TV installers service technicians. That's their official title, at least. But on the job, customers call them "Shut Up, No Way." Why? Well, because the service technician has just shown them something they've never seen before. The new Dish voice remote with the Google Assistant button. See, with Dish, you tell your remote what you want to watch and it comes on. But say the TV room is too bright or too hot, all those smart home things you have, yep, you can control those too with your smart voice remote. Dish loves to surprise people with new technology, so they love all the no ways they've been getting. But yes way. Yes, all the way. Now control your TV and home with Dish. Introducing the new Dish voice remote with the Google Assistant. Dish, tuned into you. Voice functionality requires internet-connected Hopper, Google account, and compatible device. Google is a trademark of Google LLC. To learn more, dial 1-844-CALL-DISH. Visit dish.com or find a local retailer near you. We'll be back after this. There's nobody on the planet like you, so why would you buy a generic mattress built for everyone else? Helix Sleep built a sleep quiz that takes 2 minutes to complete, and they use the answers to match your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress. Whether you're a side sleeper, a hot sleeper, you like a plush or a firm bed, with Helix, there's no more guessing and no more compromising on an average mattress. Go to helixsleep.com/Nikki, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Helix Sleep was even awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2019 by GQ and Wired Magazine. They have a 10-year warranty warranty, and you get to try out your mattress out for 100 nights risk-free. Helix mattresses are shipped right to your door completely free, and they'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. Right now, Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders. Get up to $200 off at helixsleep.com/Nikki. That's helixsleep.com/Nikki. And we're back at You Up with Nikki Glaser. Full studio. Nick Youssef here. Rich Voss, Anya Marina. Let's get into cleaning out our notebook.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Mama.
God.
I never meant to hurt you.
Andrew Collins.
I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my notebook. You're probably sick of me now, aren't you, Mama?
Yeah.
What?
Is that Andrew?
It's
singing?
An
Andrew.
original?
Well, no, that's an Eminem song.
Yeah.
It's pretty catchy, right?
Yeah.
You're listening to You Up with Nikki Glaser. Today's Cleaning Out My Notebook segment is presented by iBuyDirect. Go to iBuyDirect.com, EYEBUY Direct.com to find over 1,000 frames, all starting at just $6. All right, let's clean out our notebooks. You guys got any new bits you're working on? Nick, you want to start? I could go first if you're not ready.
Let's see.
I'd love to start with you, though.
Sure. Let me. Fucking, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay. You know when you go to your notes and you're like, I'm gonna save it, and then you don't
And
use
then-
it, and
yep,
it
yep.
resets back to the fucking. That's what happens.
I'll start with mine.
Sorry.
Okay.
I thought of this last night. I was on my way to the cellar walking there, and I was like hopping along. I was feeling really hot and like frisky and like, oh, I'm probably ovulating. Like I'm just like looking so sexy tonight. And I was like, man, no guys are like even like no one's catcalling. Like there were a couple chances for that to happen. I'm like, men are seriously so much more respectful now in the Me Too era. Like since Me Too has happened in the past couple years, like I feel like men just don't catcall as much. They're not like saying disgusting things. They're not like coming on to me. And I was just like, I like love what men have become in these past 2 years. I'm like really happy about it. Or am I getting older? Like that's probably it. Like I don't think men are any better. I just don't think I'm 20 anymore. Like that's that.
You're
I
just
was
less
getting
desirable.
Yes. I'm getting less fuckable. Men aren't getting more, like they're getting better. Yeah, so I think that's just a true thing.
But for
I like
that,
that.
bit,
Yeah,
don't
what do you think?
don't say or, just go. Oh, I know what it is. I'm getting older.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
not or.
It's not
Because
or.
don't give them that direction. Could it be that? Say that's what it is in your head.
Oh, right.
You go. You know what? You know what? Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's because I'm getting fucking old.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
That's good. I like that.
instead of or.
Is there maybe a realization point where
I like that
you're like,
too.
oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Like where you drop something to pick it up, and then even then no one did anything.
Yeah, or like a hot girl comes passes
Yes.
by,
Yeah,
and everyone's
they're
like,
yeah,
"What?"
baby.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, it's just that I'm
Yeah.
invisible, more invisible to men now.
Right.
But it was a real realization. I'm like, I really, because there's one story I tell on stage about like a guy being like, stay beautiful, and I'm like, was that a threat? And I'm like, I'm trying, sir. And then I realized that story is from like 7 years ago. Like I can't even conjure a catcalling story in the past 7 years.
Say, I was even at this cat calling festival, and when I walked in, everything went silent.
That's so funny, the idea of a catcalling festival that I bought a weekend pass to.
And I never heard so much silence.
That's so funny.
Festival.
Thanks, guys. Okay, that helps.
That's
Nick?
funny. A cat calling festival. So just ideas for stuff that I haven't done, right?
Yeah, just
Okay.
that, or I mean, even if you've done it like
I have
once.
yeah, these are just things that are nothing. So I was eating with some friends, and then we were sitting next to like a group of like early 20-somethings, and we were talking about just like whatever our bullshit problems were, and just not feeling great about it. But the 23-year-olds were just everything that happened in their young lives. Were just like, oh, I can't believe it. Wow, no way. And it started driving us insane. And
Their enthusiasm for
yeah,
life.
their enthusiasm for everything. So I turned to my friend and I was just like, what are they wowing about? Like there is no more wow anymore after you hit 30. Like, and we started getting upset because they were still excited about stuff, and we're like, look at us, we're just like, what else could go wrong, and this and that. So I want to find some way to kind of, without sounding like an old guy about it, you know,
Yeah.
to turn that sort of like, I can't wait until, you know, you guys actually get some defeats in life.
Yeah.
So you can stop going, how amazing is this? No way you ran into so-and-so. You're like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You're like, but by 35, you're just like, oh, he hasn't killed himself yet? Well, great, I guess.
Yeah,
like those are, and those aren't even wow moments, you know?
Yes.
Like the biggest wow moment I have is like, by the end of a day, I'm like, oh, cool. Some like psychological problem that just like unearthed itself didn't derail my fucking day today.
Yeah.
Wow, I guess.
Wow, I didn't weep in public today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. But what is the last time, like if you could think of the last time that you were like had that kind of response to something? Like what excites you now?
See, that's the thing.
Running into somebody that gained weight.
Oh my God.
That's good.
That'll make your day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're like,
somebody
wow.
that rejected me in high school. Look at you.
Oh, yeah.
You want to borrow a tooth?
Yeah.
Wow. What a fucking mess
That's
you
good.
are. Huh?
Yeah.
You see me on TV, stupid?
When you see someone who's more miserable than you, that's a wow.
I will add that
Yeah,
to the
that's
thing.
so good. I'm trying to I just feel like it's just you just become so.
Yeah.
I feel I'm on antidepressants now, and I feel like I don't have any wows or like you. It just makes you kind of neutral. I got to get off them. I think I'm just like I don't want the low lows, but I miss being excited about stuff like as much.
Yeah.
But I think that might be just I'm an adult, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Like when people keep going, "What are you going to be for Halloween?" and I say an adult.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. At
Absent.
home, I'm going to be sleeping.
My favorite.
It's the best response. You guys can steal it.
Yeah.
Feel free to use that when people ask you what you're being for
Okay.
Halloween. Just say an adult. It's a great line. Rich, go.
Here's the. I don't like this is my newest thing that I just started doing on because I haven't started working on new stuff because I just put out something. So this is the newest. You know, if I see a couple or whatever, and I'm talking. If I'm doing crowd work and how long you been together? Oh, a year. I'll enjoy it because it all changes. You know, when I first got married, everything was all fun and games, but now she's a vegan. She's a full-blown feminist, and I just found out she's pro-Palestinian. And as a Jew, do you know how aggravating it is to live with a vegan?
Yeah.
So you can see
really
the punchline coming. Though.
I could, but the
No.
audience can't.
doesn't.
No.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But
It's amazing.
Now on stage, I'm talking about getting older. I'm not hiding it.
Yes.
You know, like a new one. Like when I was, this is true. I used to put myself in positions where I could get shot, stabbed when I was a drug addict. You know, whatever. No fear. And now, and this is true, every day, I'm scared I'm going to slip in the shower. I hold on to everything.
You love a railing.
I say that. When you were young, you took handrails for granted.
You skateboard down them.
I
You
know.
slide your butt down them, but
Yeah,
now it's like you're just
What are you
gripping
kidding me? I
them.
have a handrail to get in bed.
That's funny.
So I'm trying to
great.
talk more about as much as I do on
Aging.
stage, aging and myself. And I've
Yes.
always tried to be as personal as I can.
Yes. That's what
Because when
everyone wants now, though, too.
Because when people walk out of a show, they go, I don't want them to go, oh, that was funny. They go, oh, well, at least I know part of them.
Yes.
You know, and that's just my, listen, I could walk out of a Brian Regan show and think this is the funniest man alive. He's not personal, but he's fucking as funny as anybody. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
funny.
Agreed.
So there's all different. Or you could walk out of Colin's show, go, holy shit, or you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
But that's the feeling you want to leave with people
Yeah.
now. It's like,
And-
I know a part of him.
it's so weird too. Real quick, when I write, I don't write out the bits. I just write one line
Same.
on my
I
phone
write one word.
and try to work it out on stage.
Yes. I do the same thing. I've never,
Yeah.
nothing is long form.
You
in my
can't sit
phone.
down and write material.
No,
You've
no,
never
I've never
done
done that.
that?
It's
No.
just
Wow.
one word in my phone. And you know what
Yes.
else is in all my notes? Is bits, ideas for bits, and then texts that I'm drafting to send men that will never love me. So here's literally, this is the note that is more frequently used than a notebook note. Hey, you and I talked about me possibly coming by tonight. What do you think? Anya, help me with that one. Here's another one.
that.
Yes, that happened. You and I were not in a committed relationship at the time. It wasn't something I felt comfortable telling you, and I'm sorry for how this must make you feel. Boom. Killed it with that one.
So good.
Here's another one. I had the best time. You're hilarious and made me feel so comfortable. Thank you! Exclamation mark. And that exclamation mark, I toiled over it for so long. I've worked harder on these than I've done any of my material, and I can't get. I've gotten specials, but I can't get a boyfriend.
You could turn that.
This is my notebook.
You could turn that into a bit.
Yeah,
I
that's
know,
really
right?
funny.
Isn't that's why I put them all in one because I'm like, this is too ridiculous.
I erase mine because they're
time
so humiliating.
I
just erased one.
It's so
I'm like,
so
if he
embarrassing.
sees this,
And there's more too. What do you got?
mine is so boring because I'm a songwriter, so I just have stool for water, faster between songs. That's because you told me to have a stool for my water. So
yeah, because you kept having to bend down
to
and
my
it was
amp
distracting. Yes.
to the floor. But I also have this. What do you guys think of this? Well, this is just annoying. I hate when people say, it's my Friday, when it's like a Tuesday. I have a friend that does that. She's always like, so today's my Friday. I'm like, I don't care. That just means you have 2 days off. Like, just say I have the day off.
Yes, that's
I don't
so
care
obnoxious.
if it's your Friday.
You said something last night, and Jess Kirsten goes, you need to be a comedian. What were you
I have
talking
no
about
idea.
last night? That was so funny.
I never remember.
Oh, I know that every guy in a band has an eating disorder.
Oh, yeah.
Like every man has like a secret anorexia right now, but it
Every
doesn't come
guy-
out until they get drunk.
I'd like
Yes.
to find a person that said that to Jeremy Pivens.
What do you mean?
You should be a comedian. No,
Oh my God.
He's doing well.
no, I know. I heard he's pretty good.
I actually,
I heard he's pretty good.
I resent it deeply that he's good. Yeah, but I've heard he's
Who
pretty
said?
capable.
Who said that he was good?
I'm just saying that to cover myself.
Yeah, I know, Rich. So did I.
Even the girl,
Didn't you meet him recently?
even those young girls that he brings to watch him are just like, ugh. Just like looking at their phone, like, when is this
He does have
over?
stage presence and confidence, which
Because
is
he's
half of
he's
it.
a great
So,
comedic actor.
I mean, but to walk in with that, like, I was impressed. I'm like, oh, okay, he's got half of it done. But what
I'll
were you
write that
saying
down.
about? Will you say the thing you were saying last night about guys being
Oh,
anorexic?
just every guy I've ever been in a band with, you give them a couple of beers and they'll like corner you at some point and be like, just so you know, I just skip breakfast, lunch, and I don't even eat dinner. I just eat whiskey and lettuce. And then I have to go work out for a couple hours. I gotta stay skinny. I gotta stay rock star skinny.
By the way, what song are we starting with tonight?
Yeah.
Like, they'll just like drop in, like, but it all comes out when they drink.
Yes, it's always that, or I've blown a guy. I've let a guy blow me. It's
Yes.
always
So
one of
I'm
those
so
funny.
glad I
things.
don't drink.
Yeah, I
Me
mean,
too.
I know the things that used to come out. Jesus
Wait.
Christ. Nick and I used to get blackout drunk. Nick doesn't drink anymore either. We used to get blackout drunk and have like really crazy blackout drunk sex. It was so fun.
yeah, like disturb the neighbor's sex.
Yes, it was so fun, and that's what I miss most about drinking is having sex with you, Nick Yusuf. No, it's just being able to have like.
Just take a few sleeping pills and get kind of groggy, and
know.
let me go to town on you.
Oh my God. I mean, I've been wanting to just text people to come over and like hold me in bed. Is that a weird text to get? Like as a guy, yeah. No, not hold me, but like well, that's gonna lead to other stuff. But I don't want no guarantee of sex. But like let's just see where it goes.
Hold me in a little choking.
Yeah, just like hold me around the neck tightly.
Yeah. Spoon choke me.
Do after your
Look
shows.
into my eyes as they roll back in my head, and I turn blue. Oh God.
Oh, I could breathe again. Yeah, I can. Wait, after your shows, do you go out and meet with the people in the lobby or anywhere?
Yeah, I sell my own merch.
You sell your own merch.
Yeah.
So, and do guys hit on you?
Never.
Why? Like, I don't understand.
That's why I made that comment earlier about how you're attracted to, a powerful woman or a creative woman or whatever. I think men are intimidated by seeing a woman on stage.
Really?
Most men. And then there are the odd, confident ones who will just march right up to me. And I'm not even joking, and I'm not making fun of this. One was a paraplegic. He didn't march. He rolled over to me, and he just announced that we would be having dinner soon, and he was going to take me out. And I was like, "This guy's got more confidence than anybody."
Free ride.
He must have a huge dick that doesn't work anymore, which is pretty unfortunate.
I'm always attracted to a lady on stage. I remember when I saw Annie.
Yeah.
I was really following you.
The sun will
sun
come
will-
out
Tomorrow.
Oh my
I thought
god!
I was the only one.
I would
Thank
think,
God.
Far out.
do they hit on you? Do audience members hit on
No.
I
mean, I
there's
have a couple guys do, and it's never who you want. I gotta be honest, it's just never who you want. I
Yeah.
do like a DM slide. Like I'm very fortunate right now. I'm not in need of people hitting on me in my DMs. There's constant offers of really nice guys being like, I want to date you, I want to take you out. It's never who you want it to be. They never have a blue check mark. They but no, they do ask me out. I can't say that anymore that they don't, but they used to not. But in person, no. I mean, there was one guy at a meet and greet that showed up and he tried to have a moment with me.
Yeah.
And you could tell it just didn't go. I was kind of like, we have to go, and I
It was
ushered him
so
along.
weird. Sorry.
And
go
then
on.
and then the next night he showed up to the show again to have a second chance and bought the meet and greet ticket. And you could tell that he was like, remember me? He touched the small of my back, like a little too like on my butt, and I just went. Like I went like this very violently in the picture, and then I was just like, okay, bye, thank you. But you could tell that he was trying to have another moment with me to like lay the foundation for our relationship.
And I even said to Bonnie, like back in the day, girls were throwing pussy at I mean, and I looked a mess, but I guess as you get older, or what you say on stage too.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you say.
You
'cause
got to put it out
Yeah,
there.
all my depression
Yeah.
material is not attractive anymore. To
Yeah,
women. There's
you know,
like, ooh, I want that guy's
I know
number.
it's changed.
I want him to cry
oh
on the
my
couch
God,
next to me.
Nick, when you used to just talk about Wilco or whatever the hell you're talking about, that was
But young comics are steering their act to getting
yeah.
laid.
Yeah,
insane.
100%.
Andrew Collins DMs will disturb you how many girls want to bang him, and he is my middle act, and he lives in Bushwick in an apartment that with another like 4 roommates, and hot girls are dying to bang him. It's not fair. It doesn't make sense. Rich Voss, thank you for being here. Nick
Thank you.
Youssef, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Anya Marina, thank you for being here. We'll see you next week. Check out the podcast tomorrow. It drops tomorrow, Friday. Squirt, squirt, jackpot.
Jackpot.